A bunch of people thought that he cut it because of me, and he did not. He actually cut it because he couldn't comfortably put his head back on the sofa.
The latest Taylor-Travis universe update is packed with drama, shade, and even questionable haircuts. First up, Taylor shocked everyone by not torching rocker ex Matty Healy in song, choosing instead to focus on touchdowns with Travis. And then, Travis found himself under fire, literally, after fans roasted him for a $20 million Pfizer deal and some messy on-field plays. Next, Taylor stepping back into theaters with a secret film tied to her album The Life of a Showgirl. Meanwhile, Blake Lively's silence on Taylor's engagement has fans convinced their friendship is iced. And then comes Selena Gomez's wedding. Travis might miss it thanks to NFL duty. Finally, Jason Kelce's mullet nearly sparked Kylie's midnight barber revenge.
The one haircut, he knows that I just wanted to, I came very close to shaving his head in his sleep. Full transparency, was the mullet.
Taylor Swift could have gone full scorched earth mode on Matty Healy, but she basically looked at the drama, shrugged and said, "Not today, Satan." After her blink and you miss it fling with the 1975's frontman in 2023, she had every tool in her arsenal to bury him musically. Let's be real, one well-placed verse from Taylor and Matty would have been metaphorically wandering around with his career in flames. But instead of pulling a lyrical Mortal Kombat fatality, she just let it go. Why? Because the girl's got bigger fish to fry, or in this case, a tight end to cheer for. Travis Kelce's in the picture now, and she's clearly more into touchdowns than takedowns. Insider spill that Swift had enough ammo to craft an entire diss album if she wanted. Between his messy podcast jokes about, let's say, not-so-great topics, and his general chaos energy, she was appalled. And when Taylor's appalled, that usually translates into a Grammy-winning track. But instead of sharpening her quill, she stuffed it back in the ink bottle and decided Matty wasn't worth dragging her Swifties into that circus. Honestly, that's restraint most of us don't have when someone cuts us off in traffic. Of course, Matty's mom couldn't resist stirring the pot a little when she popped up on TV, laughing off the whole Swift era like it was an awkward family dinner story.
Obviously, on pain of death, can I talk about that episode? But not being her mother-in-law is a role that I'm glad that I lost. Not that I have anything against her at all.
Okay.
It was just, it was tricky, but listen, you're not allowed to say anything, and then she writes a whole album,
And Swifties, they've been side-eyeing tracks like The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived ever since, convinced it was inspired by him. Her friends swear she held back, though, like imagine the stuff that didn't make it onto the tortured poets department. That's the vault we'll never see. At the end of the day, Taylor's not interested in rehashing X drama. She's all about Travis now. Stadium lights, Super Bowl chatter, matching fits, the whole deal. And honestly, it looks like she's finally in her happy era, leaving Matty and all that chaos in the rearview mirror while she rides shotgun in Kelce's pickup. And speaking of Kelce's pickup, the ride's gotten a little bumpy lately. Word is Travis has found himself smack in the middle of a storm after inking a jaw-dropping $20 million deal with Pfizer. Now, on paper, that sounds like champagne-popping, confetti-flying news, but fans, they're not clinking glasses. Instead, the internet lit up like a 4th of July grill, roasting him for cashing a pharma check while his team is limping along at 0-2. Bad timing doesn't even begin to cover it. Imagine dropping a mixtape the same week your ex releases a tell-all. Yeah, that kind of mess. The complaints came flying faster than Mahomes scrambles under pressure. People accused him of selling out, said he should be locked in on playbooks instead of contracts, and even tossed around conspiracy theory levels of skepticism like bet he never even took the shot. Yikes. It's like every critic out there dusted off their Twitter fingers just for this moment. Some even dragged him with one-liners like, "Everyone's got a price," while others went full courtroom drama, suggesting he deserves jail time. Harsh much? And just when Kelce probably thought the noise couldn't get louder, his on-field blunders cranked the volume up. Dropping touchdowns, missing reads, rocking an outfit that apparently made fashion police cry, it's like the blooper reel is writing itself this season. Analysts are even joking that the Chiefs would have been better off if he'd just retired. Ouch. The guy went from Mr. Reliable to Mr. What Was That in record time. Of course, football's never just about one player. The Chiefs' struggles are also tied to shaky protection, odd play calling, and schemes that look like they were drawn on a napkin at 2 a.m. Still, when you're the face of the franchise, and let's be real, half of Hollywood's favorite tight end, every slip gets replayed 1,000 times. Right now, fans are acting like Kelce traded touchdowns for dollar signs, and it's clear they want him catching passes, not contracts. But while fans are busy dragging Travis over contracts and drop passes, Taylor's plotting her next cinematic mic drop. Word on the street is she's about to sneak back into theaters with a hush-hush project tied to her upcoming album, The Life of a Showgirl. Yep, Miss Swift apparently said, "Y'all can fight about Pfizer, I'll be premiering movies." And trust me, nobody's shocked. This woman's basically turned multitasking into an Olympic sport. So what's the secret project? Insiders are whispering everything from a glossy concert film to a behind-the-scenes doc, and some even think she's pulling a full Spielberg by directing it herself. Wouldn't be the first time. She already dipped her toes in filmmaking back with Folklore, the Long Pond Studio Sessions. And if anyone forgot, her 2023 Eras Tour film smashed records, raked in over $260 million, and left Hollywood execs blinking like, wait, did we just get schooled by a pop star? Spoiler, yes they did. This new project? Totally self-financed again, because why let a studio take a cut when you can just casually front $15 million like it's lunch money? Last time, she teamed up with AMC and skipped the traditional Hollywood gatekeepers altogether, proving she can out-hustle the system while still writing breakup ballads that make grown adults cry in their cars. And let's not forget the delicious timing. The album and the film are rumored to drop the same weekend, October 3rd. That's basically Taylor saying, here's your soundtrack and your movie night, you're welcome. Swifties are already clearing their schedules, canceling dinner plans, and possibly setting up tents outside theaters like it's Black Friday. And while Swifties are camping outside AMC like it's the Hunger Games re-release, the drama off-screen is giving just as much popcorn energy. Enter Blake Lively, formerly Taylor's ride or die, matching outfits, sleepover bestie energy, and now, let's just say the vibes are more read receipt left undelivered. Word is, Blake didn't so much as fire off a congrats text when Taylor and Travis announced their engagement, and fans are treating it like the friendship equivalent of unfollowing someone on Instagram. Cold! The whispers say this icy silence didn't just pop out of nowhere. Apparently the feud started brewing in 2024 when Blake got tangled in a legal mud wrestle with her It Ends With Us co-star Justin Baldoni. Insiders claim Blake wanted Taylor to take sides, stand by her publicly, maybe even drop a PR-friendly statement. But Taylor? She wasn't about to drag her glittery reputation through someone else's courtroom soap opera. Next thing you know, Baldoni tries to drag Taylor into it anyway, insisting she'd testify after her album dropped. Her lawyers practically jumped up waving red flags like, nope, not today, and a judge eventually told Baldoni to sit down. But by then, the friendship had already hit the iceberg. Flashback to just last year, and these two were practically joined at the hip, screaming in the Chiefs' VIP box like football's loudest hype squad. Fast forward 12 months though, and Blake's seat was emptier than a Met Gala invite list with no Kardashians. Instead, Taylor was spotted crying into her nachos with Ice Spice, the Haim sisters, and Ashley Avignon after the Eagles steamrolled the Chiefs. Talk about a vibe shift. And speaking of vibe shifts, Taylor's next friendship test might just come with assigned seating at a wedding cake. Yep, Selena Gomez is gearing up to marry Benny Blanco, and while Taylor's RSVP is basically written in glitter ink, there's a big old question mark hovering over Travis Kelce's name. Word is the Chiefs' schedule might cock-block his +1 privileges. Selena's set to say I do on September 27th, but the very next day, Travis has to suit up against the Baltimore Ravens. Imagine trying to slow dance one night and then run routes against a defense the next. His hamstrings would file for divorce before he even gets married. Insiders claim Andy Reid probably won't be thrilled at the idea of his star tight end rolling into Arrowhead on 3-hour sleep, smelling like wedding champagne and Selena's flower arrangements. With the Chiefs already starting the season like a busted Madden franchise at 0-2, fans are practically bubble-wrapping Travis and begging him not to risk fatigue. Translation? The man's more likely to be studying playbooks than wedding programs. Of course, it's not totally impossible. People are pointing out that Taylor once flew straight from Tokyo to Nevada for the Super Bowl and looked fresher than most of us do after a nap. If she can time zone hop like Doctor Strange, maybe Travis can pull off a quick vow-fly-catch combo. And if Travis is sweating over wedding RSVPs, his brother Jason is stressing Kylie with, well, hair crimes. On the latest episode of her podcast, Kelce basically gave us a fashion autopsy of Jason's greatest looks. She admitted she loved his man bun phase, which apparently ended not because she told him to chop it, but because the poor guy couldn't lean back on the sofa without feeling like he had a rock taped to his skull. Honestly, relatable. Ever try napping with wet hair in a ponytail? Pure torture.
I'll tell you what, he looked very good with a man bun. You can look it up. There's plenty of evidence. He chose to cut it on his own. A bunch of people thought that he cut it because of me. And he did not. He actually cut it because he couldn't comfortably put his head back on the sofa.
But while she was all hard eyes over the bun and said he looked even better with a clean fade, there was one style that nearly pushed her into midnight barber duty, the mullet. Yep, the business in the front, party in the back classic that no wife has ever asked for. Kylie confessed she came dangerously close to sneaking clippers into the bedroom and ending it in his sleep. That's love, or attempted sabotage, depending on how you spin it.
The one, which we were already married, the one haircut, he knows that I just wanted to, I came very close to shaving his head in his sleep. Full transparency, was the mullet. It's just, I swear he did it to fuck with me.
Of course, Jason being Jason, he still somehow pulled it off. Kylie even admitted, grudgingly, that he kinda made the mullet look good, which only made her more annoyed. That's the thing about Jason Kelce. The man can throw on literally anything and still come out looking like a Philly folk hero. Case in point, his infamous Bluey matching two-piece set. Imagine showing up to a panel dressed like a children's cartoon character and still turning it into a thirst trap. Kylie joked it's a skill, but honestly, it's sorcery.
The Bluey two-piece was a great, I mean, I wouldn't have even thought to go there, but he bought that. He had like a Daffy Duck shirt. It's such a skill to be able to make a Bluey two-piece.
That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.